Yeah, cash money, heroes, private jets, polish, gunshot, fly. I look up to the sky, and now the world is mine. I've known it all.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to FTTV, that's Fearless Training TV for any new viewers out there. And today we're going to be talking about how to get shredded, how to lose fat and get into stage condition. Okay, so whatever you like to call it, whether it's getting peeled, getting lean, getting shredded to the bone, shredded wheat, that is what we're going to be talking about today. No bull, straight to the point. Because again, there seems to be a lot of confusion, more so even than actually building mass. So first, I'm going to tell you about the secret. So come a little bit closer and I'll tell you the secret to getting shredded. Yeah? Come on. I know you want to know. Come on, come closer. Come on, seriously, I'm driving here. Come on. There's no secrets, man. There's no secret to getting shredded. You gotta do the right things. So again, let's keep it real simple and let's break it down into 3 or 4 easy steps on how to get shredded stage condition with no use of any other drug or performance enhancing materials. Okay? And I mean what I'm saying here. So let's start off step 1.
Paradise, the luxury marble flow.
You've got to be in a caloric deficit, which means, like we've mentioned on the other videos, being in a state where you're giving your body just less calories than it actually requires, okay? But more specifically, we only want to be in a very, very minute deficit. That means we want to be eating as much as possible while still losing a little bit of weight. Okay, so of course, to be in a caloric deficit, you've got to know your calories, you've got to know your macronutrients, your protein, your carbs, your fats. You've got to know your body, you've got to know what it runs on, you've got to know how it works and how it performs. If you do not know how to do this, go back to some of the other videos which will explain in a little bit more detail easily. Again, keeping it simple, okay? Being in a caloric deficit, we want to be eating as much as possible. And again, losing as little amount of weight as we can over these stages and over these weeks. I estimate around, for yourself, depending on how much weight you've got to lose. If you've got a lot of weight to lose and you're really overweight, okay, and you're in the high 20% body fats plus, okay, and you'll know because there's no abs visible and you are carrying quite a lot of fat around the midsection, then you can lose up to 500 to a kilogram a week of fat. But when you are in the 15% and lower, you are not going to be able to lose that much, and you do not want to be able to lose that much safely. Another one of the many myths about getting shredded is that you can do it in a matter of weeks. Well, yes, you can, but you won't be shredded to the bone and you won't look good. If you want to do it properly, it's going to take time. People who know what they're doing, professionals out there, will take up to 32 to 40 weeks plus to get shredded. Because if you're losing as little fat weight as possible, that means you can maintain as much muscle as possible, and also your body is not as awake to the conditions or the fat loss phase as it would be if you're dramatically losing weight. Remember, the body's very clever here. Just like gaining weight, you've got to eat more and make it grow and create the demand. It's the same with losing weight. You've got to create that demand as well, okay? If you are eating a lot of food, you want to be doing it slowly and steady, escalating into that deficit. Therefore, your body will manage it much better and it will accept those changes. Okay, a good example, I'm not doing shout outs here at the minute, but I will mention because it's a very good example at this point in time, is Matt Ogus, Flex for All. Go check out his channel, great example at the minute, shredded to the bone, natural, 22 years of age, respect Matt, you're doing great. There will be a shout out coming up for you in the future when we get more viewers and subscribers. Back to it. Okay, step 2. Okay, refeeds. Refeeds, again, we'll have to do a video in depth and detail about what a refeed is. Okay, basically, to give you a quick idea of it, this is something you'd implement every 1 to 2 weeks, where you raise your calories above your deficit into a surplus, generally in the form of carbohydrates. This is to make sure your metabolism is going to stay running fast. It's basically a day where you trick your metabolism to shooting up, speeding up again into a high mode where it's been consistently in a deficit, trying to maintain its weight and losing. So you trick it one day, you refeed right up, it speeds up and goes, hey, hang on a minute, I'm on a lot of calories here, I gotta burn this, I gotta use these calories up. And therefore, it keeps your metabolism healthy. When a lot of people shred up, they lose their metabolism, damage it, should I say, and they end up not being able to get in the condition they want, eating very little amount of food, being very susceptible, putting on a lot of fat weight very quickly. And this is where most people get caught up in it, by doing the no carbs. And no carbs, I will tell you now, is completely stupid for your body. We were meant to run on carbs. You can change the energy system, which we've mentioned on other videos, and we can look at that in greater detail later on. But to do that, to rob your body of carbohydrates, the primary fuel source of its needs and basis, you are stupid to do so, okay? It's negligence. You can go into what's called ketosis, which is where your body will start trying to use other reserves of energy, and it will start to break down muscle, which is the gluconeogenesis, which we mentioned in the other videos. The body doesn't want to do that. You're breaking down muscle, you're defeating the object of your goal, okay? There's a lot of other signs of going into ketosis, but we will not get into that today. So refeeds once to every 2 weeks, depending on how lean you are and your body. Getting shredded is all about knowing your body. The better you know your body and the calories that you require, the easier it is, because you can be more flexible and have a little bit more faith, which is a very big thing when you're getting shredded, because a lot of people goes into mind games, but there is no need for it to do so. Science. Again, if you do the right things, you will get shredded, you will get lean. Okay, point 3 in the gym, weights. Now, a lot of people think because they're getting shredded, they got to do light weights, loads of reps, loads of sets. We could go on for ages about this. I'm going to nip it in the bud straight away. You want to train as if you were training to gain size. You need to still maintain, and if not, continue to increase your volume, okay, over time, whether that again is through weights, sets, reps, total volume, okay? If you do not have a demand for muscle, you will not grow. It is as simple as that. A great example is when we get the spaceman from NASA up in space. A lot of those guys, they lose a lot of muscle while they're up there because they're not using them. There is no demand, therefore the muscle deteriorates. If you start going from lifting really heavy, solid, good volume to lifting almost nothing, a lot lighter at higher reps, your body's going to say, hey, well, for one, I'm not getting enough calories as I usually get. I'm in a deficit, I'm losing weight, I'm not lifting this heavy weight. There's no need to carry this much muscle. Therefore, it will start losing more than you actually want. So when you do lean down, you defeated the whole object of trying to increase muscle mass in the first place. So continue to do this until the day of your competition. You always try and continue to increase your volume. Yes, you will lose strength at some point to a degree, because you are getting into stage condition, which is a condition where your body was not really meant to reside and function at for long periods of time. However, you can maintain shredded stage weight for a period of weeks when you know what you're doing. Okay, on to cardio. You don't have to do a lot of cardio. If you know your body, you're training right, your refeeds are in, and you're on that slightly small caloric deficit. When you start to hit sticking points, when you have decreased your calories, say from 500 to 800 calories, even that much is probably maximum on a good shred, as I would call it, okay? Then you would add in some cardio, but only 1 to 2 times a week. It might even be very low intensity. It might be very short spurts of HIIT, high intensity interval training. It Doesn't have to be walking or running or cross training. It could be anything you want, okay? As long as you're burning calories. What this allows us to do is still maintain a high caloric ratio where we're eating still a lot of food, okay, while we're getting shredded, because remember, the body's in a deficit now. You're losing a lot of fat. That means your joints are going to be more susceptible, your immune system's more susceptible to injury and negligence. Therefore, you want to be getting as much nutrition in your body as possible to keep you as healthy and fit as possible, okay? Now, so when it comes to cardio, you do not need a lot. Okay, you don't want to start doing cardio from the day that you go on a deficit, the day you want to get shredded, because you're pulling these tools, okay, because they are tools, out of the bag, which you don't need yet. You only want to start to use this when your body is really hitting a sticking point, when you're not quite moving where you want to move. You add a little bit of cardio at a time, you still keep those calories up, and you continue on, and you'll be on your way to getting shredded, okay? Now, okay, this is a few additional little side notes that I'm going to put in. You need to make sure, of course, as always, you're getting enough sleep, because your body, again, is in a very vulnerable state when you're shredding, because, again, it's not in its primary or its optimum state in terms of what you're giving it to eat, okay, until you start refeeding back up again. So get enough rest, get enough sleep, lots of hydration. As always, you want to be drinking a lot of water. Again, there's no secret amount, it's given to the individual, but you do want to make sure that you're drinking a lot of fluids throughout the day, staying hydrated, as well as other things that it will help out with as well. Okay, now another little tip, was one last point I want to cover here, and this is what most people do not do, and this is the I think one of the key points, that when you step on stage, you are going to look like a bodybuilder compared to other people, okay? When you get down stage lean, you should be coming into stage lean 3 to 4 weeks before your actual main show, in my opinion, okay? Because if there's any room for error, if there's anything else you need to brush up on, or you're not quite there yet, you've left yourself some room to work on it and get yourself in that much better condition. So when you step on stage, you do not have to rush things, okay? And that is to start increasing your calories again very slowly, okay? The increase of calories again is going to speed the metabolism up. You may find you'll even lose more weight, because the metabolism is still trying to maintain its desired body weight, or its current body weight that you've come down to, okay? You may find you'll still lose weight, but what's going to happen is, with those slightly increase of carbohydrates, you're going to start to fill out, like you do on peak week, as they say, where you fill your body with carbohydrates to fill out the cells, to fill out the muscles, to look full on stage, and not like a string bean. You want to look like a bodybuilder, not like an Olympic marathon runner, because that is not what bodybuilding is about. That is not what aesthetics is about. So you start to increase your calories, you start to look very full, you start to look very muscular, you start to look very vascular. This is the key. Therefore, when you step on stage, you look like a bodybuilder, you mean business, you look professional. I'm going to leave it there, chaps. That is it. Okay, let's recap again. Okay, so first step, you need to know what your body requires. You need to be in a caloric deficit. You need to refeed once to twice a week, depending on your body and yourself, your metabolism. Everyone is unique. You need to keep lifting heavy for as long as possible, safely, properly, okay? And you also need to increase those calories when you get down into those really last weeks of shreddedness. You want to start to fill out again, keep hydrated, really look after yourself, don't rush things, do them properly. The more you do this, the more you get better at it. It's like anything in life. It's real simple. If you're unsure, message me, come say hey on Facebook. Check out the website, it's still in progress, it's all in the link below. Follow us on Twitter, let me know. But remember, keep it simple, do it properly. Now you too have the knowledge to get shredded to the bone. There is a time and a place for doing this though, as always. Build some quality muscle first, and as always, train hard, keep safe. Alessino, signing out.